is up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my only review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Oh my god, I am now going to start back reviewing this season because I did not complete last season. Because last season was just too much for me. I couldn't handle it, I couldn't take it. But there have been some changes in the cast that I'm hoping is for the better. And we're going to see. We're going to see. All right, so we're covering Karen's DUI charge and car crash. That's what we're covering. Everybody in the confessional is giving their opinions about discovering this news. They were concerned if Karen was okay, but also in fear of what could have happened. You know what I'm saying? You could have hurt yourself. You could have hurt someone else. Ashley remembers this isn't Karen's first DUI. She's had a DUI before. Never thought you would be a repeat offender in this case. And not only that, with this type of court case she got, there was a whole bunch of citations surrounding the DUI. You got an unregistered license, you got an unregistered vehicle, you got a DWI along with the DUI. It's like, girl, what is going on here? Okay, so it's been a month later since the crash. Karen has not been seen. She's been hibernating in her home, recovering. Giselle decided to go over to check in on her. Just want to make sure she's good, okay? So Giselle is driving, Karen is not. And Giselle was just trying to be nice and also trying to feel where Karen is feeling, because she was like, is it okay if we drive by the area of your crash? Is that triggering? Is that not? She said, no, it's not. It's not triggering, no. But she ended up getting shot by a couple of deers that just ran across from them. I said, oh my God, not deers. And she can't discuss the details of her case because it's still ongoing. But she says she has a new value in life, and she's not suffering from any life-threatening injuries. She's just a bit sore from her ribs and her ankles, but she's pretty much thankful that she's alive. So they ended up getting a bite to eat at a frequent place that Karen goes, and Giselle was trying to get inside Karen's mind about what was going on with her when this happened. Karen is being tight-lipped. She don't want to talk about it because it's a legal matter. And while Giselle is being messy at the same time, she is trying to be supportive. But Karen, you all know folks are going to have something to say. So I don't know why you want to act like nobody would have asked you any questions, or you wouldn't have had something to say about it, right? And Karen is just, no, not Karen. What's her name? Giselle. Giselle is telling her, as long as I've known you, I know you wouldn't do anything stupid. I know you wouldn't get yourself involved in this type of situation. So when I found out it happened, I was concerned for you. I was afraid something might have happened to you. And I know you wouldn't, as your friend, I know you wouldn't do this. So Karen is all about, I can't talk until everything is revealed. And then she brings up Ray. She wants Ray to give her more emotional support because her and Ray has been going through a lot, right? And in the confessional, she's discussing what led to her accident, which is the grief of her parents, and knowing that her parents passed away in 2018. And I do remember Karen do get depressed around the time of their passing. And then she mentions her issues with Ray, her marital issues that happened in 2020. And I'm like, Karen, I can't tell you how to grieve, and I can't tell you how long you should grieve, but it's something else, because I can't say you can't feel mad or sad that your parents are gone and it's been some years that they're gone, you're still getting through it. I can't say that. And your issues with Ray, I feel like it's a cop-out though, and Karen, I really do. I really think there's something else that occurred that night that has nothing to do with you still using the passing of your parents and your marital issues with Ray. I'm sorry. That's just my thing. And then the manager of the restaurant told Giselle that she's never had a drink while eating at this restaurant. But Giselle thought they didn't serve alcohol. But he pointed at a couple of women behind them who were drinking. So it's kind of like, that's not credible to your story, Karen. So why would the manager out of nowhere want to give you an out by saying you're never taking a drink here? Is it along the lines of y'all trying to say Karen is an alcoholic or something? But at the same point in time, what was going through Karen's mind that she decided to drink and drive? I'm just asking a question. Okay, so I don't know, but I feel like you're trying to remove the fact that you don't want to have this discussion, but you can't deny that if this was someone else who had a case like this, you would have asked the questions and you would have wanted to know what was going through their mind. So the fact that you feel like nobody can ask you what was going through your mind or what's going on with the case is crazy to me, okay? So Giselle decided to plan a birthday lunch for Karen, and all the main girls are invited. And then Karen wants to bring some new friends, Vivian and Stacy. We're gonna get to know Stacy later on, and wants to know how everybody else is doing. She said everybody else is good, but then Giselle speaks on Mia. You know, Mia is on the up and up. Okay, she is just hanging out with this new boyfriend, Ink. Well, not new boyfriend, and they're traveling, and both Karen and Giselle are like, Mia has a revolving door of men. Okay, I'm hoping that the kids are good. And you know, she even said, does Ink have to sit on an apple box because he is short, and never paid attention with the way that Mia will pose behind Ink to give it that effect, that angle that he's taller than her, because they never are standing side by side. And it's a lot of shade towards Mia in her situation. I mean, her situation is a bit sticky. We're discovering you've had an affair with this man for throughout the duration of your marriage, and now it's a possibility that something else might have occurred in this affair, and we're going to get into it right now. We get Mia and G are hanging out. As she says, very important for their kids to have their father in their lives, despite what's been said, because a lot was revealed last season that throughout the duration of their marriage, Mia has had an affair with this man named Ink. And now we're having conversations about whether or not her second oldest son is G's. And now we get into some type of emotional abuse. You know, it was a time where G took her phone and locked her away in a room. Oh, Lord. So now they're moving forward. And while moving forward, Gordon has moved in her building so he could be closer to the kids. Okay? And now she feels it might be a bit too close, because now that she's officially moved on with Ink and now G's living in the same building, she says it's kind of hard for her to sneak around. But it's kind of like, well, I guess the thrill is gone that you did sneak around with Ink all those years. But now that G's lived in the same building, you can't hide him anymore. He's revealed. He's out there. So I don't see what's the difference of him being revealed, being your man, versus then you having to figure out how to sneak around. I mean, if you're not with G anymore, I don't think why you need to want to hide it. Okay, so they're both happy they're reaching a better point in their co-parenting. And Mia tells G she feels like she gave a lot in this marriage. G said, well, you did give a lot, but he felt like you didn't do enough. As far as like, you know, when it came to the ending of the marriage, you didn't just separate. You know what I'm saying? You jumped into another man's arms. And she said, I did not run into another man's arms. I mean, you did. And concerning the fact this man have never left your arms. So, yeah, you did not follow through the way it would have made sense. It would have been better for you to just end their marriage with G, left you some time to be by yourself, see yourself in a situation, not about to be a single mother and how you're going to move forward. But instead, you already had a plan in motion in case you wasn't going to make it with G. So, yeah, you were waiting for an opportunity to leave. So, I would understand that. So, he did admit that G was mean to her. He regrets it. They're in a better place. But in order to be in a better place, that means that Ink is going to be a part of her kids' lives. But that's something that G has a problem with. G has a problem with Mia having to take her son Jeremiah with Ink to get a haircut. And G is like, I will take my own son to get a haircut. Like, it's almost like Mia is instantly trying to place Ink out to be another potential father figure in her children's lives. As if G is not going to still be there. As if he's still not going to be the father to those kids anyway. Like, she's automatically placing him in that realm of he's going to be permanent and he's going to develop a relationship with the kids. And Ink is coming this weekend. And he's also wanting to go to the courts and get a paternity test done. Because last season, while we discovered the affair, there might have been an overlap in the relationship of her getting pregnant by G and carrying an affair because she... But you also said it's 100% his child, but because you had an affair shortly after the discovery, it might have been some overlap. And Gordon was in his feelings, as he should be, because that's my child. I know that he's my child. So they're having a small argument about hearing each other's side of the story, and Mia wants her son to grow up knowing who his father was, and he doesn't want to question it. Obviously, your son's at that age where he can't have that conversation, but for you to feel like it's a possibility, because you said it. He said, I know it's my child, but do you believe he's my child? Do you believe that it is Ink's child? She said, there's a possibility. You shouldn't say that. You should not say that. Why would you say it's a possibility that Ink could be Jeremiah's father, but not agree that G believes that that's his son? I don't understand that. Like, no. But like Gordon said, he could do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He's not his child. That's not his child. I'm his father. He could do what he want to do. Fuck the course. I don't give a damn. But that's my son. So he should leave that alone and leave my son alone. Like, Mia is really trying to instantly place Ink already as this is the man that my kids are going to develop a relationship with. This is someone that my kids might end up calling father. Like, Mia is placing a lot on Ink's presence as if G is not going to be around. Y'all might not be together no more, but that doesn't mean he's still not going to want to have a relationship with his own children. Why are you trying to remove Gordon? It's almost like Mia is obviously feeling guilty that she carried on this affair for as long as she did, and she just doesn't want to deal with the repercussions of her actions in this moment. That's what I'm getting. So we get to Ashley. Small scene. Ashley is now meeting with her divorce attorney to now move forward with this divorce because she's been dragging it out. And I'm like, you know what, Ashley? You know I like you. You know I like you, right? I don't want to hear nothing about this divorce from Michael. I don't want to hear nothing. Until I see it on a headline that you have been completely divorced from him, I'm not believing nothing you say, okay? But I am interested that you are going to be dating this season, and we're going to see the dates in this season. Hell, it was a pic about you might have kissing a man in the trailer. I'm here for that. And I'm all for that. So then when he got to custody, Ashley wants her kids. She wants her kids because Michael don't want them kids. Because she wants to make sure my kids are with me majority of the time, where they are at home, where they belong with me. Everybody has said it. Ashley, Michael don't want them damn kids. I'm sorry, he don't want them kids. You can have the kids, but this means, Ashley, you are not going to be dependent upon Michael's money anymore. And I feel like the one thing he might fight with you is the child support, because since he is on the LLC of that house, there's a possibility you might not get much. But I want Ashley to stand the fuck up and be on her own. I think she can do it. Hell, she's been doing it with the kids all this time. You don't need his money, Ashley. But like I said, I'm not believing nothing else about this divorce. I'm here for you dating. I'm here for you doing everything else. You're going to be messy, and I'm here for it. That's it. All right? We're going to move on. So we got Wendy. Wendy has decided to resign as a professor of Johns Hopkins. All right? But we all know that Wendy never believed that teaching is what she wanted to do, but knew that she had to come from her mother. And now that she's removing this part of her life because she wants to be available for her kids, spend some time with her family, because she doesn't feel fulfilled being a professor. But we all know Wendy has multiple things under her belt. I mean, she has the Candle Line. She's a political commentator. I think she has her own podcast, which I heard got a season 2. Congratulations. I don't know what's going on with the restaurant idea she had before. And knowing that, I remember Wendy was all over the place of figuring out what she can do, because I think she wanted else to do. I don't think she just wanted to be a professor all her life. I don't think so. But then also having a taste of being on reality TV can give her those opportunities. I feel like she doesn't want to limit herself to just only being a professor. And she says she doesn't know what life is like outside of being a professor. And of course, remember, everybody was annoyed with how much bragging Wendy had about having multiple degrees. It's appreciative, but it got annoying. And we moved on from there. So she wrote the resignation letter, she sent it, and now she has to deal with her mother finding out. Because we all know her mother just told her what her life was going to be like. Because the mom carried on the want and dreams of having successful people in her family, successful children. And yes, as a daughter myself, I am so worried and anxious about disappointing my mother. I am. But my mother is like, it's your life. I can't tell you what to do with your life. I can support you and I can still love you no matter what you tell me. So the same applies to you, Wendy. You are a grown adult. No matter what your mother tells you, how disappointed she is, it is still your life that you decided to make a decision for yourself and for your family. Moving on from there. So we see Karen. Karen is checking out her friend Vivian. They have a boutique store. They've known each other for a long time. They both had dreams of entrepreneurship and owning a business together when they were done raising their kids, and now she's a fabulous boutique owner at the mall. Then we meet Stacy. The story of Stacy is they met at an event invited by Vivian, and they've hit it off since then. It's been an amazing friendship. Stacy is coming back to the DMV. She's been living in Philly and working at QVC. And she's discussing an idea of a dress because she's going to a gala. And also, she did get the invite to Karen's birthday lunch by Giselle. Giselle made this dramatic invite to Giselle's party with a cutout of Karen, which was ridiculous. Always got to have such a dramatic way of sending an invitation. And Karen is a bit nervous about what is going to occur at this birthday, because the first time that Giselle did something for Karen, she sat in her seat at a restaurant. Going back to the first season, okay? The first season, where Karen gave Giselle the etiquette of what it means to act when it's my birthday. I couldn't take it. That was a time where I could not stand Karen. Either way, but while they're trying on dresses, Karen was noticing that Stacy didn't have a ring on. So we are automatically assuming that Stacy is married. But I do think that Vivian was already informed why Stacy wasn't wearing her ring. And when Stacy came out in the dress, Karen discussed it. And she said, oh, Dad, well, I've been separated for a year. A shock to Karen. And they're going through the divorce right now. And she's been married for 16 years to a German businessman that she met on an airplane back in the day. And they have a gorgeous 8-year-old daughter named Arabella. And she thought that the marriage would have been forever, and it's not. But obviously, seeing the way Stacy took it, it's like, I have went through the trials and tribulations of realizing that my marriage isn't what it was, and I'm going to move forward. And that's that. While trying on dresses, they were drinking champagne, and they noticed, oh my God, is this wrong? Should we be drinking in front of you? And Karen want to act like, what? Do what? I mean, are you okay with us drinking in front of you? I mean, we all saw that Karen was drinking sparkling water, but she said, girl, I'm fine. I can't drink because I'm on vacation. I'm on medication, but I will be enjoying libations with y'all soon. Karen, I don't think you are understanding how people are trying to be considerate of your situation, but you want to act like it's not happening. You want to act like this isn't something for people to be concerned about. Should we be careful of us drinking in front of you? Because we're still in the dark about what was going through your mind for you to drink and drive. But medication, what medication? I don't think it's on any medication. I hate the way that Karen wants to act oblivious on things. I hate it. So now we get to Giselle's setting up for Karen's birthday lunch. It's all about hats. It's all about having the right attitude. And if you have the wrong kind of attitude, you will get a different type of hat. Okay? And I loved it. The setup was cute. It was very nice. Ashley came first. Oh my God. And Ashley came with a care basket. It was a care basket with a water bottle and some tea and a birdhouse and some Uber cards. Oh my God, when I tell y'all, I was dying laughing. I'm like, oh, Ashley, you wrong for this. But it was funny. It landed with the theme. It's like, girl, I mean, hey, if you need some help, I got you. Oh my God, that was so funny and messy. I was here for it. So Ashley did know the conversation that Giselle and Karen had when they were out, and Giselle said, well, she don't want to talk about it. She said she can't discuss it. It's a legal matter. And Ashley has done this before with Karen, knowing that something that's been revealed, it's a legal matter. She be tight-lipped about it and can't ask her. But I want to know because I'm nosy, and everybody is going to want to ask you questions. Okay, so Giselle says she extended an olive branch and invited Wendy. And she's on that because she is all about peace. She's trying to turn over a new leaf by repairing the issues she's had with Wendy. I'm like, you're doing this because Robin's not here. You don't have a sidekick right now. So you got to make nice with everybody. And I'm pretty sure you were next on the chopping block of not coming back this season. And I'm very sorry for the passing of your father, because that's why she is trying to make it right. Because you just never know when you're not going to get that opportunity. Okay. But we all know why. I mean, we all know why. It's clear as day that Giselle knows she got to make nice with other cast members because she's on the chopping block of getting kicked off the show. She doesn't have much of a storyline as well. So, yeah, she's got to mingle with the other ladies. And we see Jacqueline. Jacqueline is back into the fold. I'm very happy that Jacqueline and Mia were able to mend their friendship because their friendship was strained the last season. And I'm excited to see what she's gonna bring. So, but Mia comes in with a new friend named Jassy. Did anybody see the way Jacqueline looked when Mia came in with Jassy? I'm already seeing some tension, and it's not between Mia, it's between Jassy. Like, I want to know what's the problem. So, Mia describes Jassy as a bombshell. They connected to a mutual friend. I think that mutual friend was Jacqueline. And Wendy came in looking fabulous, and I agree with Wendy. She does not believe that Giselle singing invite to Karen's party was an olive branch. It wasn't. It was just, you needed me to be a part of a scene. You needed to open up the season with everybody coming. And you want us, I think we need to have a proper sit down to discuss the friendship. And Wendy, I'm going to tell you this. There have been multiple instances as to why you should not be friends with Giselle. Multiple. We go back to them being annoyed with you bragging about having 4 degrees. They mentioned something about Eddie. Then they did not agree with how you felt violated when Mia threw that drink on you. And they followed behind Neka's stupid ass about your mom putting down roots or put a curse on her or put her name in a shrine. All that shit, right? And I don't want you to follow behind Giselle's ass either, okay? I don't want you to do that. But hey, if you want to make nice, just to make nice so you can have a check and be a part of the season, go ahead. Just don't fall for the trap, Wendy. Just don't do it. Jassy, we get to know her. She says she's lived here for a few years. She was an international flight attendant. Her boyfriend is in the NFL. He plays for the Chiefs, who just won a Super Bowl. Nice. And they recently bought a house. While listening to Jassy discuss her life, did anybody peep Giselle's energy or Giselle's looks? It gave Monique, I have 4 homes. That's what it gave it to me. Like, I'm already seeing, is Giselle going to have a problem with Jassy because of how her life is set up? I don't know. Let's see. And yes, another look I noticed. Did anybody else notice that Jacqueline's making a lot of faces whenever she took a sip? It's like she was itching to say something. Because they are now talking about Karen. Have anybody heard from Karen? And who was fashionably late, but it's her birthday. Jacqueline blurts out that Karen called her, but she did not explain what the conversation was and that maybe Karen was drunk. Okay, Jacqueline threw out there that something might have happened for the sake of us getting more into what's going on with Karen, but Jacqueline, hope you can pack that up as to why she called you, or if she did call you. So everybody arrived except for Karen, who came in looking amazing. And we see a familiar hug between Wendy and Stacy. They were on the board together. She doesn't know her, but it's always been positive energy. Now, Giselle made special cocktails in the name of Karen. I think she did the 61. It was a non-alcoholic drink, the Grand Dame. I think the third one was the Surrey County drink. But when Karen made a face about the non-alcoholic Grand Dame, she said, here we go, Giselle, being messy. But that's what everybody is going to be concerned about, Karen. Should you drink? You just got a DUI. We're being cautious of making sure nothing triggers you. So yes, a non-alcoholic drink named after you should not have been a concern. And you ordered iced tea anyway. Karen, you need to stop. You need to stop, okay? So now we're just seeing small conversations between Giselle and Stacy about living back in the DMV, from going back and forth living with Philly, doing QVC, and now she's happy she's back home. Her daughter is happy. Her daughter just turned 8. Wendy expressed that my daughter just turned 5. And Giselle has created an assorted number of hats designed for the women, right? And of course, this is something that we are going to exhibit. If you have a hat, you are exhibiting some style, some grace. But if you are exhibiting nastiness, you will get a construction hat, a taco hat, or a banana hat if you exhibit nasty attitude. So Karen was gifted her gorgeous white hat in the name of Karen, and it was called Hollywood. And Giselle said, I know the ladies have been asking me about your DUI, but I gave them the opportunity to ask you about it. Karen said, you can ask me. Ask me already. Go ahead. So Jacqueline says she is happy that Karen is okay and that nobody was hurt. Karen gave them a disclaimer when it came down to her having a DUI charge and a court case that I want to know how y'all gonna feel about this. Who gonna be my real friends or who gonna be a fake ass bitch? And I'm like, Karen, I swear to God, if this was anybody else's situation, you would not let up. You will be questioning, you will be pointing out things, especially when it comes to the drinking. If you've heard about someone else's DUI case, you would have been counting drinks. You would have been wondering, do you need a ride home? Do you need to call an Uber because we know you've had a case or two? Like, Karen, you would not have let up if there was anybody else dealing with this court case. So I don't know why you are getting upset. You're getting like, why y'all asking me these questions? Because it happened, Karen. It happened. That's what we were trying to figure out, right? So Ashley gets her hat called the cowgirl, and then they discuss something else that's going to come up with Giselle's and Ashley's fitness line, the GNA line. They're going to be adding health and wellness to the mix. Wendy had me screaming. She said, oh my God, what are they fusing now? Because when they had their fashion show, it was not revealed. The same fashions that was on the runway would have been on the website. So y'all only got about 6 products on the website and y'all not incorporating what y'all showcase of the fashion show. Now y'all want to add anything else? What are we fusing? What is happening here? Okay. So then Mia gets her hat. It's called the Pimp. No, I'm sorry. Oops. It's called the King because she's been a player from the Himalayas navigating 2 men. And Giselle was like, are we going to ever meet G? I mean, what's his name? Ink. And is he a DJ? No, he's a radio personality. And he's not a rapper. And then Giselle threw out shade to Jacqueline and Mia, wondering how they shared Ink. Because remember, both had Mia's ex-man. Ooh, child, oh, Lord. Oh, Mia said, no, that doesn't happen because Ink doesn't play like that with me. And they will be seeing G as well. They have been spending a lot of time together. But it's over. So she said that both her and Ink have been taking care of G. Like he's leaning on them both. Leaning on them financially is what it's given to me. Then, I don't know what happened. She said G left his dirty clothes and they washed them. What you mean he left his dirty clothes? Are you telling me that G stayed over at your house at one point before he moved in the building? And y'all decided to wash it off, fold it, do what? What? Oh my God, this is so weird. What? Y'all decided to wash his clothes, fold it, and drop it up his apartment. I'm still stuck on why y'all washing his clothes from the beginning. You have a key to his apartment or something? Like, why are you washing his clothes? And what do you mean he came over one weekend? I'm confused as to all of this, okay? Everybody was shocked about what is happening. The man you were married to, you're now leaving and you're about to be involved with another man. Like, what is this? It's too close for this, right? Jacqueline spoke up and believed that me and Ink are good for each other. She believes that Ink is a very good match for her. And when it came to Gordon and Mia, it wasn't real. It was a business relationship. It was a business partnership. Was it a lie? We all saw how they got together. Mia came in while Gordon was still married. Messed around while he was still married. He knew he wanted a young wife. Mia wanted a sponsor. So, is it a lie? So, yes, they did not fall in love with each other out of convenient, love, romance. No, it was something to have gained from this, right? And how long have they been married? 11 years. Yeah, 11 years is a long time to be in something called a business relationship, right? Karen said, come on now, that's got to be more. And you gave birth. I mean, y'all had children. That was to secure the bag as well. Sorry. I don't know, but it was really interesting seeing the way Karen was grilling Mia in her situation, but she didn't want nobody else to grill her about her DUI. So Karen was going low at the same time, trying to test to see if anybody was going to go low about her DUI charge. Like she's doing the exact same thing. So, but Gordon did air out that he said, our children told me that that they saw mommy in the bed with Ink, and that affected everybody. So, yes, it did affect everybody that G did reveal the affair. He did reveal something that the kids witnessed. And me was like, oh my God, I didn't do that. G did that. Because they were questioning me about whether or not she felt the way about it, or did she not protect her kids from it, or did it bother you? Like, of course it bothered me, but I didn't put that out there on my kids. Their father did. Now, Giselle want to come in and tells Mia she didn't protect her kids. Because, first of all, you brought another man in the marriage that you have with G. You're mixing the situation. Like, you're not giving any time for things to settle down, cool off. You're bringing in another situation on top of another situation. It's just a lot, okay? So you did not protect your kids. First of all, I hate to say it, but Giselle is right, but Giselle is the wrong person to tell someone who did not protect their kids, because you dealt with a man who was a cheater, pumpkin eater, your words, and you've been embarrassed, and you ended up getting back with the same man that still cheated on you, and you tried to ruin another man's reputation, and you have a colorism aspect towards other women of a darker hue. So for someone to talk about you didn't protect your kids, Giselle, I don't believe you're that right person, but I do agree with you. How Mia did not see the situation playing out the way that it did. The fact that everything was revealed, she did not protect her kids, right? And Mia got defensive because she said, y'all don't know what's been going on. Y'all feel like I didn't handle my situation better. Like, I filed for separation. So pretend like everything I did is my fault. I can't control other people's emotions and what their behavior is like. I can't do that. But at the same time, Mia, you do need to take accountability that you engaged in an affair with a man for over 10 years. You got to own that part. But then you also own the part that you've been trying to remove G from the situation from the beginning anyway. Own that. So, of course, the only person that Mia did confide about her situation was Jacqueline. She knew what I was going through. And what did you guys expect me to do? Stay in a relationship that was abusive? Now, we don't know that to be true, that there was abuse. Maybe there would have been emotional, financial, maybe mental. We don't know, okay? But that's not what they're doing. They're just trying to understand how this can affect G and how this could affect the kids. But I don't feel sorry for G. I don't. Because he knew what he was getting into. But I am concerned about the kids. And so don't tell me I'm not protecting my kids, Giselle. Don't pretend I'm not protecting my kids. Now, Wendy was the only one who spoke up for Mia by saying, okay, maybe that's going a little bit too far now. Because we are mothers. And I don't think we're at this point of judging someone else's situation as far as like what she did in this situation. Like, we should leave the kids out of it. We should leave that part. We shouldn't do that. And then, of course, Mia said, my kids are good. Okay, their grades are good. They're in traveling basketball teams. Their academics are good. I understand that. I understand your kids are doing well in that aspect, but what are they doing what are they doing emotionally? What's going through their mind mentally? The fact that they're now witnessing what they thought was a happy home, now it's about to be a split home. They're about to deal with going to mommy's one weekend, daddy's one weekend. Now we got to deal with mommy's boyfriend. Like, this is a lot. Their whole world has been changed. So it's a lot for them, right? But like she said, it's fucked up for both of y'all to say I wasn't protecting my kids. So Mia walked off, started crying. And I think Jacqueline followed behind her. And I think it was Jassy. And that's where it ended off, with her closing the door behind her and said, this is so fucked up. I don't want nobody else in here. And I'm going to say this. While it was crazy and shocking for me to see the way that Giselle and Karen piled on Mia and wanted to put her out there for what she's doing wrong, it's laughable, but it's necessary because, come on, Mia, you've known to be a liar, and you need to own your part in this. This is messy, and I do not want this to be the main storyline about there's a possibility that your son could be Inks. We should not be exposed to that. That should be something private for you and your family to figure out. I agree. Y'all, that's it. That's all I have. I think the rest of this season is going to be very, very good. I'm excited for it. So we'll see. Please let me know how y'all feel. And I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.